we ready? So I have asked for this press conference because I'm very worried that this country is going back to the days of Najib. We are seeing several government departments being used to apply pressure on us, on the opposition. We are the opposition now, and we find that some government departments are doing things which, actually constitute an abuse of their authority. The latest one is the action being taken by MACC against the youth wing of Bersatu, Amada. They have been seeking excuses to question them. Questioning is all right, but some of the methods of questioning are not all right. They seem to be applying pressure. One of them has been detained for already 4 days by this department. And one lady was questioned in a dark room by 4 or 5 men. And the very act of calling people for questioning is a kind of pressure being put on members of the youth wing of Bersatu. I'm still a Bersatu chairman, although some people don't seem to recognize me, but I'm still. This is, it would not be so bad as the kind of thing happening in America. But in Malaysia, small pressures also work. And this is what is being done. Some people are being questioned about their income tax and things like that. This is the same thing that Najib was doing before. The law, and they make use of the law in order to apply pressure on people. This government has been in power only about 2.5 months, 3 months, but already is showing signs that it is willing to abuse the power that is conferred on this government. For example, but my members who are not supportive of the government is being called up and questioned as to whether they want something for themselves or not. What do they want? So they can name anything and they will be given. Of course, what is given is a post, is a job. A lot of returns. For example, if they say you are going to be of ministerial rank, that means that they will get paid like a minister, which is quite substantial. I think it's about 18,000 ringgit a month. So many of these people are appointed because they want to practically, indirectly bribe these people. And many of them, unfortunately, have succumbed to these offers by the government. We find, for example, that after PH government in 2 years cleaned up a lot of the government institutions and companies, we place professionals in charge of this institution, they have now been sacked and replaced with politicians. So we are going back to the days of Najib, when politicians are given nice jobs, sinecure jobs and all that. So this is happening already. And as time goes on, I'm quite sure that there will be worse things happening. Whether the government succeeds or not in handling the current situation is something that we worry about. Yes, in handling the COVID-19 pandemic, I think the government has done a good job. But that is because the politicians could not take over the job of the professional. The work is being done by a professional person, a doctor, and he has done a good job. At one time there was an attempt to remove him and put a politician there because, well, it gives a good publicity for a politician. But there were protests, so the officer is still there. But with regard to handling of the current economic situation, big monies are being announced, but the money has not reached the people that are supposed to get. We're trying to get details of this, but we do know that people are unable to get monies that were allocated for them, including for the small business people. So the government looks good in the Malaysian paper, but from the ground the people are suffering. So we believe that with this tendency towards corruption, this tendency towards abuse of authority by the officers, we are going to have a very bad time for this country. So I just want to state here clearly that if the MACC, the anti-corruption organization, continues to try and put pressure on our people, we will publicize this fully. The only thing is that within the country it's not possible to publicize, but we do hope that foreign press, for example, we are calling the foreign press today, that they will help to report only what is the truth. We are not asking for anything to support us or anything like that. But I think that this habit of asking civil servants to do wrong things, and actually, of course, the pressure is applied even on civil servants that if they don't, they may be transferred. So this is already happening after 2 months only. All the work that we have done, the PH government had done, is now nullified because we see that we are going back towards the old practices. So I just would like to tell you this as an introduction, perhaps, to what is happening, but we fear that this is going to get worse because the government have got several institutions which can be used to pressure on us. Fortunately, they have not used the police. The police have not done a good job by themselves, but we are surprised that this anti-corruption organization is doing this, detaining people, questioning people and all that. We hope that we think that if they don't, then we will have to be very active in exposing all the wrong deeds that they carry out. So that's what I want to say. If you have any question, I will be happy to reply, to talk.
Tun, itu mengatakan mengenai dengan pelantikan di JLC. Pelantikan di JLC, tapi ada soalan yang mengatakan bahawa mana di Sabah juga ada juga warisan melantik JLC daripada ADMP. Apa komentar?
GLC. Ya, kita dah appoint new professionals to run all the GLCs. But we see that the GLCs where the chairman is paid very high salary has now been changed. Even to the point where some institutions, people who are facing court charges for corruption have now been appointed to some organization. And that organization, I'm afraid, has got lots of money, and I can imagine that there will be corruption there.
You mentioned that the MACC is pressuring Armada, which is your youth wing, but the MACC has said that those investigations are not political and it's an investigation into the money that was missing from the Bersatu youth chief's house. So, on what grounds are you saying that this is a way to pressure your youth wing members? And yeah.
What we are questioning is the method of questioning. You know, when you start switching lights off and all that, that is a threat. That is a form of torture. Calling people at night and making them stay up until 4 o'clock in the morning being questioned. That is a form of pressure. That is not necessary. If they have any evidence, then they can do this without having to do that kind of questioning. Because when we investigate one MDB, for example, nobody was threatened that way. We had to produce documents to prove that the money has been stolen, and we do that in a professional way. But now you can already see that there is an attempt to put pressure, and they have chosen the Armada, which is the youth wing, because and that has caused them to be the focus of the investigation.
Good. Joseph.
Yeah.
You're saying that the government is applying pressure on the opposition. Do you think this is because maybe the opposition already has the numbers to maybe replace them?
The opposition is what?
The numbers to replace the government.
Well, numbers keeps on appearing and disappearing. We don't know. But what we do know is that at the time when Mahathir was sworn in, he did not have the majority. Because we have the majority. We have people who have signed this declaration that they were with us. At that time, we did not have enough to say that he's in the majority. But that is the most important time. At the time when you swore that you have a majority, do you really have a majority? You don't. But now, of course, he's worried that a few of his supporters might desert him. He has carried out sacking of people whom he didn't like. The last time he tried to call a meeting where I was not invited, but a lot of people complained. So he cancelled that meeting. So because he doesn't want me and the Muslims to attend, he now sacks us. So he doesn't have to call me anymore because I have been sacked. But that sacking is illegal. It's not done in the proper way. He has no authority to That is what he's done. In this meeting he had last night, supposed to be the Supreme Council meeting, many people whom he didn't like were sacked and couldn't attend the meeting, of course. Many people who were not members were now newly appointed members attended. So he's doing anything, everything that is against the rule, against the constitution, against the law even, in order to sustain himself. But I don't know how long he can do it. The last night meeting, for example, he forgot to get rid of 4 people. And these people attended. One of them was sacked, but then allowed to attend because he withdrew the sacking at the last moment. So he attended, and they made clear their stand against him. So what he's trying to do is to gather only those yes men, those who agree to support him, to be in the party and in the constitution, in the committees that we set up. That's his way of doing things.
So yesterday, the Deputy Works Minister, Shahrudin, came to see you and quit, from the cabinet. You think that will gather momentum more? Is going to quit Muhyiddin's cabinet?
I don't know. I don't think there'll be very many more. They're all thinking about their own personal well-being. They are with him as ministers and they get good pay. They're not going to give up on their good pay. Because of that, many are not crossing over. But this man, he believes that he joined Bersatu. He was secretary of Bersatu, and he is loyal to Bersatu. He said what Muhyiddin is doing is to destroy Bersatu. And that is also what I told them. That now Bersatu is, UMNO has said that UMNO will contest all the seats won by Bersatu, which means that they are not supporting Bersatu. On the other hand, Bersatu is no longer a part of Pakatan Harapan. So now Bersatu is floating around with no support. It's bound to lose the next election. That is what Muhyiddin has done to Bersatu, just to promote himself as the Prime Minister.
Do you think that the election is very soon?
Well, there are some people say that we should have an election now. Some even say that if the majority shown by the opposition is small, they will hold an election. But at this moment, the country is not fit to carry out an election. We cannot go in campaign, we cannot have crowds, we cannot do all those that we used to do during election. Also, the government needs the money. Elections are costly, and they need to focus on what is the problem here, the COVID thing. And if their attention is diverted to running an election, some people are going to suffer.
Hi, John. Just a follow-up. You mentioned that if the authorities continue to pressure you or your supporters or Armada, then you will expose something. So what exactly do you want to expose? And my second question is...
I will tell you later. When the time comes, I will tell you.
Okay. Is this to do with the current Prime Minister or current ministers?
Huh?
Does it involve the current Prime Minister or the current ministers right now?
No, not the Prime Minister.
So, has any of the authorities pressured you yet? Have you been the recipient of any of this pressure that you mentioned?
Pardon me?
Have you been the recipient of any of this pressure that you have mentioned?
Pressure on him or by...
Pressure on you by the government right now?
Oh, well, I don't know. I'm going to speak freely. Even I'm taking risks. I know they have Najib's time, somebody raked up something which happened 30 years ago and charged me with covering up something that I had nothing to do with. So they set up an RCI and subjected me to this inquiry. Of course, the inquiry will find that I will be in the wrong because it's not a real RCI, it's a political RCI. I'm quite sure they can do that. If they can find something wrong with me, they will drag me to court. I know what they can do, what they will do, but I think if I keep quiet, then this kind of thing is going to happen.
Betul, tadi yang menjelaskan bahawa atau mengatakan bahawa sekarang ni boleh dilihat seperti apa yang berlaku ketika zaman pemerintahan Sun Sri Najib, di mana ahli politik diberikan keselesaan dalam JLC dan sebagainya. Soalan saya tadi itu di mana di Sabah, Warisan telah melantik MP Sabah bekas menteri sebagai JLC chairman. So apa komentar, adakah benda itu sama dengan pendirian betul?
Kita dulu pun kita lantik, masa PH pun kita ada lantik orang yang ada qualification. Not because he is a member of a political party, yang ada qualification. Dan kadang-kadang kita, tapi kebanyakannya adalah orang yang ahli profesional yang dilantik kerana kebolehan mereka, bukan kerana mereka ahli mana-mana parti.
I know this is, like you said, it's not a good time for election, but if GE15, if the election is called, how do you think Pakatan will fare?
Well, we don't know. It depends upon the people. You know, this scare story about how the DAP is going to destroy the Malays. The Malays cannot be easily destroyed. This country became independent in 57 after we defeated the Malay Union. That's done entirely by Malays. We asked for independence. At that time, the leadership and the whole machine of government was Malay. We could get our independence. The British tried to do things without our permission. We imposed by British Raj on them. And there was a time when we decided, which nobody else has ever done, a Malay government with Malay civil servants decided that the British should be, their estate should be taken over by us. We had a dawn raid. That term has never been heard before. It is a Malaysian invention. Then you have the currency crisis. We didn't go to the IMF, we didn't go to the World Bank. We handled these things by ourselves successfully. These are all Malays. The leader was a Malay, the staff were all Malays, and the people who were tasked with this were all Malays. I think the DAP, for the DAP to crush the Malays is not easy, but it is good propaganda for Najib, who has lost everything. It is introduced by Najib. The moment he lost the election, he wanted to build a Malay, he wanted to have the support of PAS. So he suggested to PAS, let's form a Malay Muslim government. But of course they didn't have enough numbers. But after that also, he kept on pushing this thing about a Malay Muslim government. And then to add to that, created this fear of DAP. DAP has 6 members of the cabinet. Parti Bersatu, which was won only 13 seats, also has 6 members. So we are equal. In the cabinet, we are equal. And 6 out of almost 30 members of the cabinet. You mean to say that these 6 can manipulate all? It cannot. And I don't know whether people think I'm easily manipulated or not.
But do you still see yourself
I look upon things as a duty to my country, duty for myself. I don't care about the money that you get. I think that we are overpaid as ministers. I was paid $20,000. I never spent even 1 cent. Everything is given by the government. House, water, electricity, motor cars, aeroplanes, all given by the government. What else do you want? I'm not interested in my personal well-being. But if I can be of service, and people think I can be of service, I am available. Not for long. I'm already 94 years old. How many more months do I have?
Good. Yesterday there were a couple of Pakatan meetings, one which he attended, one which he did not attend, one which Anwar attended, and one which he did not attend. So we talk about not wanting to go to an election. It's not the right time to go to an election. But if Tanji Muhyiddin loses a majority, someone else needs to have a majority. Has Pakatan been able to come, Pakatan and the other party, what they call Pakatan Plus now, come to an agreement over if Muhyiddin loses the majority, then who is going to be the Prime Minister, or we still don't have an agreement?
Yeah, but if people want to give him a majority, there's nothing I can do about it. But I hope people will have the good sense. In the 14th general election, people flew all the way from Australia, from America, from England to vote because Najib tried to prevent them from voting. That's how much they dislike Najib. So if we have an election, I doubt whether this Muhyiddin will get more than Pakatan Harapan.
Ada lagi soalan? Soalan lagi?
Ya.
Tadi Tun cakap Tun masih lagi fungsi Bersatu dan Tun ada cakap bahawa keputusan yang dibuat oleh Bersatu sekarang ini adalah not proper way dan tidak sah. Jadi adakah Tun berhasrat untuk memfailkan sempakan ataupun mengambil apa-apa any legal action lah terhadap keputusan yang dibuat oleh Bersatu sekarang? Terima kasih.
Ya, sebagai pengurusi Bersatu, kuasa pengurusi itu ditentukan oleh perlembagaan. Saya akan guna perlembagaan. Saya bukan orang yang nak ketepikan perlembagaan, undang-undang, aturan-peraturan, nak sokong diri saya. We will follow what the Constitution says.
I just want to ask if we lose majority and PH takes over again, what will be the administration's top priorities given the rate that jobs are being lost right now? The Pakatan administration's top
at
priorities.
this moment.
Should they reform government?
We have to do another job of cleaning up the government and all those bodies which has been polluted by this present government.
But what about regards to jobs being lost?
Hmm?
What about regards to jobs being lost?
Job?
Jobs, like unemployment rising given the pandemic.
Oh, with regard to handling the present economy, we have some ideas, but we are not going to tell you what those ideas are. But I have handled this thing several times before. I hope I can come up with some of my own ideas.
Okay.
One more last one.
Yeah, last one. Yes.
Hi, Tun. Just following up on the question before. Yesterday there was a meeting where you attended, and there was a meeting where you didn't attend, and Dato Sri Anwar as well. You didn't attend your meeting yesterday. How's your relationship with Dato Sri Anwar? Are you guys still on talking terms? Have you decided on who will be the next Prime Minister designate?
As far as I'm concerned, I have no problem with Dato Sri Anwar. Maybe he has a problem with me. That I don't know. You'll have to ask him.
Okey, terima kasih.
Terima kasih.